They tried to silence him. They erased his name. But he rebuilt from nothing. He fought every algorithm. They tried again and failed. Now he's back, stronger. From blackout to spotlight, he's at the White House, at the top of his game. Franchi lives.
You are about to enter another dimension, the dimension of truth, unfiltered and uncensored. Welcome to the Raw Feed with Gary Franchi.
Tonight, in the ruins of a forgotten capital, 5 secrets, 1 trail. The shutdown was a trap, a new economy forged in ancient truth. The Raw Feed starts now.
Welcome to the Raw Feed. I'm Gary Franchi, coming to you live from the heart of America. Unfiltered truth to millions on YouTube. Hit those donation links below. Every contribution powers our gear. Every contribution keeps the party going. Help me help you. Hit those donation links. YouTube channel memberships. Special acknowledgement in the fellowship. Your super chats keep me standing. Your Rumble rants fuel every round.
Say hello to super chats.
Spread the intel. Every repost extends our reach.
Super chats fuel this spectacle. Your Rumble rants give me strength.
24/7 members only community. Behind the scenes discussions.
Connect with fellow patriots.
My mama always said, life is like sharing the truth. Text this stream to your friends.
What if I told you the app is real? Download the Next News Network app. Android users, take the Google Play path. iPhone users, App Store awaits.
The political establishment is melting down tonight, and the tremors are shaking every corner of the Capitol. I'm Gary Franchi, and what you're about to witness isn't just news. It's the systematic demolition of every lie, every cover-up, and every corruption scheme the establishment thought they'd buried forever. 5 massive stories just detonated simultaneously across Washington, and the blast radius is still expanding. The Democrat shutdown is collapsing. The Clinton corruption files are public. A whistleblower comes forward in the J6 pipe bomber case. The Epstein email weapon just backfired, and the White House confirms that $2,000 checks are coming to American families. This is not a coincidence. This is convergence. And on this day in history, November 12th, 1975, Supreme Court Justice William O. Douglas was forced to retire after Democrats launched one of the most vicious impeachment attempts in judicial history. Why? Because he dared to defend free speech and constitutional rights against government overreach. They tried to destroy him then, just like they're trying to destroy truth-tellers now. 50 years later, the same playbook is being deployed, but this time the establishment's targets are fighting back with something Douglas didn't have: evidence. Tonight, Pam Bondi and Kash Patel just opened Pandora's box on the Clinton Foundation. Now, these are not rumors or theories. These are documented proof that Obama's DOJ, under Sally Yates, ordered FBI investigations to shut down to protect the Clinton cartel. Foreign money, defense contractors, play-to-pay schemes. It's all there in black and white. But that is just the appetizer. The J6 pipe bomb story that they desperately wanted buried, well, it just resurrected itself with a vengeance. A new FBI whistleblower has Congress in open rebellion against the Bureau. Kamala Harris, she was inside the DNC, feet from a bomb, and hid the story for a year? Why? Because new evidence suggests this might have been an inside job. And then there's the Democrats' desperation play, dumping 23,000 Epstein emails they sat on for 4 years, trying to manufacture a Trump scandal. Except they forgot one thing: the truth. 0 emails from Trump, right? 0. 0 to Trump. 0 evidence of wrongdoing. The victim they tried to hide, she publicly cleared Trump. This is not journalism, it's political arson. Meanwhile, Treasury Secretary Bessent is preparing to detonate an economic bomb of his own. But this one helps American families. The White House just confirmed $2,000 tariff dividend checks are in the pipeline, combined with Trump baby bonuses, massive tax cuts, and plummeting costs across the board. This isn't just economic policy, it's a wealth transfer back to the American people. And through it all, the 43-day Democrat shutdown, their last desperate attempt to stop Trump's agenda, is now finally crumbling. House Speaker Johnson says the nightmare ends tonight. Democrats who voted 15 times to keep the government closed are now scrambling for the exits. 5 stories, 5 explosions, 1 undeniable truth. The swamp isn't being drained, it's being dynamited. What you're about to see isn't just reporting. It's the real-time collapse of every institution that betrayed the American people. The Clintons, the Obama and Biden FBI, the Democrat machine, and of course, the propaganda press. They all thought they could bury the truth forever. They all thought wrong. So buckle up, America. The establishment's days of reckoning has finally arrived. Let's welcome you to the show. Mrs. Pothead Kenny's in the house. Bill's Rules, Scooby Dragon, Gail Mary, James Fay, Tyson Curie, Vicky, Marsha Page, Thon Thai. Everyone is filing in. I think I saw a super chat too, right out the gate. Let's go. James Fay dropping $5 from Cincinnati. Thank you for that. Curio23 dropping $4.99. I've started investing in stocks, beef, chicken, and vegetable. One day I hope to be a billionaire. Oh, goodness, man. Are we really starting right now? Are we starting with the dad jokes this early? Well, you guys know the rules. We got to hit $100 tonight. We're almost there. And what happens if we hit 200? Well, maybe the guys in the chat room will tell you. All right. Who else is here? Tracy, Lynn, Bashel, Doug, Katie, Johnny, Linda, John Freed, Deborah. The gang is filing in, and it's great to see you all. We got to get to the news. No time to wait because the Clintons are sweating. The political protection racket just got blown wide open. What Pam Bondi and Kash Patel just released this morning has Washington insiders running for cover. Now, these are no longer conspiracy theories. These are documents, and they prove what we have suspected all along about the Clinton machine. Now, this changes everything about how we understand political corruption in America. When the Attorney General and the FBI Director drop evidence showing Obama's Justice Department killed 3 separate criminal investigations into the criminal foundation, we're not talking about politics as usual. We're talking about a criminal enterprise operating at the highest levels of government. Foreign oligarchs buying access, defense contractors greasing palms, Sally Yates personally ordering the FBI agents to stand down. If these documents are real, and they are, then every Clinton defender, every media outlet that called this a conspiracy theory, every DOJ official who participated in the cover-up could be facing serious legal consequences. This isn't just about the past. It's about whether America has 2 systems of justice, one for the connected and one for everyone else. And as we wrap up 2025, it's time to reflect. We've learned uncertainty isn't temporary, it's permanent, and waiting for normal isn't a plan. My friends at Noble Gold Investments have helped Americans protect themselves for over a decade by diversifying with gold and silver. Now, nobody knows what 2026 brings, but in an uncertain world, real wealth isn't digital, it's physical, it's lasting, and it's yours. When you're with family this holiday season, remember, the best gift isn't under the tree, it's peace of mind. That's what Noble Gold delivers, peace of mind, 1 ounce at a time. So before year's end, take one smart step towards a safer future and visit nextnewsgold.com for your free wealth protection kit. That's nextnewsgold.com. It's linked below. Don't leave your future to chance. And if you want to find out how you can get those 10 1-ounce silver holiday coins, call that number on the screen, 877-646-5347. So here's where it gets explosive. Patrick Burns, Operation Snow Globe, claims about an $18 million bribe suddenly makes sense. The declassified Brennan notes prove Obama knew about Hillary's plan to frame Trump with Russia lies. And now we learn lower-level FBI agents were physically blocked from following the money trail. The protection went all the way to the Oval Office. 3 investigations, 3 shutdowns, 1 order from Sally Yates. The receipts are finally on the table. And who will ever forget this beautiful moment from the debates?
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Oh, one of my favorite moments. This is all the breaking news right now. Pam Bondi, Kash Patel dropped the Clinton corruption files. Bombshell documents expose pay-to-play, cover-up. Obama's DOJ tried to bury. Jonathan Gregory, Washington, D.C., coming out of Just the News early this morning. It is all over the place. John Solomon here. 24 hours ago, Clinton corruption files. Bondi Patel unleashed new evidence about the former First Family Foundation. MJ Truth Ultra, these new corruption files regarding the Clinton sounds very familiar. Do you remember when Patrick Burns said about Hillary Clinton, Operation Snow Globe? He claims he was instructed to arrange the bribe and facilitate a meeting with Clinton on January 14, 2016, though he's uncertain if the bribe was accepted. Here's the moment when he discussed this.
Position, and thus when the cop shows up and tried to sell the cocaine, it's not entrapment, but it's a good sting. And they explained all that to me, and they said, you're going to work for us setting up Hillary Clinton. And I'm not going to go into the details. There was an $18 million bribe that I was to arrange, and I arranged it, and I was to get the person I was to get the bag man into a room with her 7 weeks later on January 14th, 2016, Hillary Clinton in a hotel room, met with the bag man. I can even go into how it was done, but it won't go into it's not in her schedule. I do not know. I was not there. Didn't know if she took the bribe or not. 3 days later, I met with the agents. They told me, you need to forget this whole thing ever happened. You forget every moment this ever happened, and we mean it, Patrick. It's like serious stuff. And I said, what's going on? There was actually 4 federal people of 3 different flavors in this. And I'm going to give you the words of one of them, but the gestalt of this was confirmed by the other 3. And what was eventually explained to me was this. Sorry. Patrick, you need to understand that at this point, President Obama has his people across the federal bureaucracy, but especially the Department of Justice. Hillary Clinton is going to be president for 8 years, and nothing's going to change that. But while she's president, think of her as being a Bunsen burner in the DOJ, and the information about the bribes, and there's actually 2, that you know about are going to be sitting on that Bunsen burner. The hand on the Bunsen burner is going to be one of President Obama's people. If Hillary's a good girl and she defends Obamacare, that flame stays low. If she's a bad girl and thinks for itself, it gets turned up. And that way, President Obama is going to manage Hillary Clinton for the 8 years she's president. Then she's going to step down and Michelle's going to run. And Patrick, that's the plan. This plan, I later was told, was called Operation Snow Globe. But instead of a penguin, it's Hillary Clinton. And Brennan, and by the way, even though I just mentioned Obama, I have some good reason to believe he's not himself. I think John Brennan's behind all of this, frankly. And I think that Brennan blackmails Obama. I think Obama is actually Brennan's guy. But anyway, I think
Operation Snow Globe, so many years ago, put into play, gives you a very good look at how politicians are manipulated, how bribes are transferred, how control is taken. And these new FBI files reveal suppressed evidence detailing numerous instances of foreigners and even a U.S. defense contractor seeking to curry favor with the Clintons through donations to their family charity. Now, of course, these are things we've talked about. These are things we've, investigated, spoke about. This is nothing new. But the fact that we now have actual documentation from Bondi and Kash Patel changes the entire dynamic. Yes, Hillary Clinton pay to play. Yeah, feels like it's old news. But it's not old news when it's now in the printed word.
Origins of the Trump-Russia probe. Sources telling Fox News Digital the subpoenas were served Friday. Meanwhile, meeting notes from John Brennan and James Comey from 2016 reveal former Secretary of State and presidential candidate Hillary Clinton approved the effort to vilify President Trump by stirring up the Russia collusion scandal.
Now, we don't need to rehash all this, but you understand now why they so desperately could not let President Trump take the Oval Office. They could not, because every single crime that they had committed and covered up for each other would be revealed. Now, of course, President Trump went easy on them in 2016. He went easy on Hillary Clinton. We were all chanting, lock her up, lock her up. You remember that post, "Oh, will you be in jail," right? The gloves are off, though, now. You see, what they did to President Trump in those last 4 years during the Biden administration? I mean, forget the Russia hoax. Forget the impeachments. Look at the criminal indictments, the assassination attempt. They had to stop him again. God had other plans. But now Trump, the gloves are off. Go full throttle. Take them all down. And now the DOJ, FBI dropping the documents on Hillary Clinton. Bondi, Kash Patel, Clinton corruption files, bombshell documents exposing it all. Let's keep going. Flashback, Hillary Clinton pushing the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that she made up herself. Then her and Maddow plead to China for help. I mean,
have all the fun. The only other adversary of ours who's anywhere near as good as the Russians is China. So why should Russia have all the fun? And since Russia is clearly backing Republicans, why don't we ask China to back us?
I hereby tonight ask China.
That's right. And not only that, China, if you're listening, why don't you get Trump's tax returns? I'm sure our media would richly reward you.
Yeah, she's just throwing red meat out there for the MSNBC audience, right? Now, think about what she's saying there. China, come to our side. China was already on your side. I mean, what was Biden and Hunter doing with China? Here we have Real America's Voice with more on that new hidden cache of Clinton Foundation files just discovered.
The Clinton corruption files. Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel have now shown Congress documents about former President Bill and former First Lady Hillary Clinton's foundation and evidence that they collected donations from foreign and domestic interest-seeking influence. And the fact that AG Bondi and Director Patel just found this new cache of documents is raising concerns that this evidence was kept from previous prosecutors' investigating the Clinton Foundation and the pay-to-play allegations against the Clinton family, a decade ago. So officials familiar with the matter have said that the documents will make clear that there was some kind of effort to obstruct legitimate inquiries into the foundation by blocking real investigation by line-level FBI agents and DOJ field prosecutors and keeping them from following the money. So you can read more about this bombshell story over.
Okay, so let's go to Congress. 12 hours ago, Clinton corruption files. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi, FBI Director Kash Patel have provided Congress with new evidence. Let's go to Congress.
Foundation program agent of a foreign government. Give me an example of that.
You want to take that one there?
Sure. There are so many examples. Mozambique.
Oh, there's Tom Fitton in the background.
Mozambique. In 2002, it was a memorandum of agreement between the foundation and the Mozambique to work on their behalf through their Ministry of Health program. And again, through that engagement, it was plainly obvious, again, based on emails that we've reviewed, that this was not a Clinton Foundation program per se. They were there to support the Mozambique Ministry of Health. So really, if we want to reduce this to layman's terms, they were brokering money and they were brokering pharmaceuticals. That's the term on Wall Street we use, brokering. John uses the term agent. They were an agent of money through these donors. They would take for lack of a better term, a vig in terms of fees, broker the money, and then they negotiated these relationships with the pharmaceutical companies. And by the same token, they were brokering the pharmaceuticals and, again, taking the vig.
And is that why I think one of your concluding remarks was the Clinton Foundation functioned as
$20,000. We go and we pull the weeds out, okay? We do the work. Private foundations are different. Melinda and Bill Gates. On those boards, there may be one or two individuals. Those foundations are governed in a way that there's a specific function that's going to go on, and they issue grants. A lot of times, those grants go to a public charity. There are striking differences between public charities and private foundations. What happened here, for whatever reason, we don't know and don't have an opinion on it, it became a hybrid. And our analysis shows that this hybrid modeled the Global Fund in Geneva, Switzerland.
That is a hugely important point.
The difference between the Global Fund being a Geneva-based operation that does exactly what Mr. Doyle said, which is to take funds from one country, for whatever purpose, pharmaceuticals or tuberculosis, and to help another country. They are the facilitator, the agent. The difference is they are not subject to U.S. taxation and jurisdiction or law. The Clinton Foundation, in conjunction with those same donor countries to the Global Fund and the same recipient countries as the Global Fund, created a separate entity called UNITAID that was formed in 2006 Mr. Clinton and Mr. Gates, who was on the board at Unitaid, together formed with these countries this entity. The difference being that Unitaid became the single largest donor to the Clinton Foundation. Those revenues did not stay outside of the United States.
Wow.
They created jurisdiction and venue by flowing back into the United States, Bank of America, Boston, Massachusetts. That then becomes under the jurisdiction of the governing body, the Internal Revenue Service. At that point, if they are going to be a facilitator and an agent of those money flows, the IRS code could not be any more specific. You can't do that and be an exempt organization. It's okay that you do it, you just pay your taxes.
Okay, I'm going to cut you off there. The gentleman's time has expired. So, Mr. Doyle, Mr. Moynihan, I'm going to ask you to try to be succinct and direct.
Okay.
And
yeah, there's a lot of details there for sure. But you just got the cliff notes of how the money flowed, the organizations that they had created. It's all over right now. Remember, Hillary Clinton tried to destroy her political opponent using nothing but lies. Declassified notes from ex-CIA Director John Brennan taken inside the Oval Office with Obama show it all.
Digital, the subpoenas were served Friday. Meanwhile, meeting notes from John Brennan and James Comey from 2016 reveal former Secretary of State and presidential candidate Hillary Clinton approved the effort to vilify President Trump by stirring up the Russia collusion scandal. Devin Nunes joined you yesterday on Sunday Morning Futures, Maria.
For 10 years, we've had a conspiracy to do what? What's the law that they broke? What they broke is that they lied and misled Congress. Specifically, they concealed this information. They concealed the fact that they knew that this was a cover-up by the Clinton campaign. As I said in the last segment, instead of exposing the cover-up, they weaponized the Justice Department to go after their political opponents. All of this information was not only hid from the American public, it was hid from Congress over and over again. We know now that Brennan did it. We know now that Comey did it. We know now that likely Clapper did it. Now, what we don't know is
unbelievable.
Well, that
now what you're that's the cover-up side of it. That's the side where they're trying to stop Trump by any means necessary, to cover up all the crimes that were done by Hillary Clinton. I mean, this all tracks back directly to Hillary Clinton. Barack Obama knew. Brennan knew. They all knew. And they circled the wagons to try to cover it up. And now the documents are dropping. Here it is. In a stunning move, it has Washington in panic mode. Attorney General Pam Bondi, Kash Patel delivered a massive new cache of explosive documents to Congress exposing the Clinton Foundation's dark web of pay-to-play corruption. The Clinton corruption files, as investigators have dubbed them, reveal how Bill and Hillary Clinton's charity raked in millions from foreign governments, corporate insiders, and even U.S. defense contractors, all seeking to buy influence while Hillary served as Secretary of State. The documents, now in the hands of the Senate Judiciary Committee, confirm what Americans have long suspected. The Clinton machine sold access to the highest bidder, while the Obama-era Justice Department worked overtime to cover it up. This is all we've suspected this forever. I mean, Hillary Clinton and pay to play are just like two keywords that'll always be together. And now the black and white. According to whistleblowers, this trove of evidence was deliberately kept from federal prosecutors during a 2015 corruption probe by the U.S. Attorney's Office in Little Rock, Arkansas, before the Obama DOJ swooped in and ordered the case shut down. One officer familiar with the files said it best, there was a coordinated effort to obstruct legitimate inquiries into the foundation by blocking real investigation by line-level FBI agents and DOJ field prosecutors and keeping them from following the money. This pattern of obstruction mirrors what Trump and his allies have warned about for years, that the deep state will protect Democrats at all costs while weaponizing the system against him. Pam Bondi and Patel are expected to release the documents to the public by week's end, pending the protection of key whistleblower identities. The files reportedly expose not just the Clinton Foundation's pay-to-play operation, but also tie in new evidence from Jack Smith's Arctic Frost investigation, showing alarming contact between Smith, former FBI Director Christopher Wray, and top DOJ officials during their crusade against Trump. Once again, Trump stands vindicated as proof emerges that the same corrupt establishment that buried the Clinton crimes is still trying to take him down. The truth is finally breaking through, and the American people are watching. This is a big deal, guys. I don't know if you recognize just how big of a deal it is. CIA's John Ratcliffe, 24 hours ago. Lisa Page confirmed under oath the FBI was ordered by the Obama DOJ.
Tells us about what the Obama Justice Department ordered federal lawyers to do and not to do concerning the Hillary Clinton email investigation. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge tells us in sworn testimony on Capitol Hill, one of the insiders told lawmakers what she was told.
During closed-door testimony last summer, former FBI lawyer Lisa Page said the Obama administration's Justice Department advised the FBI not to pursue the gross negligence statute for Hillary Clinton in the mishandling of classified information. Former U.S. Attorney and House Republican John Ratcliffe led the line of questioning about the statute, known as 18 U.S.C. 793. Ratcliffe, you're making it sound like it was the department that told you you're not going to charge gross negligence because we're the prosecutors. Page interrupted. That is correct. Page's testimony appears to conflict with then FBI Director James Comey's recommendation in July 2016 against criminal charges for Clinton.
What I can assure the American people is that this investigation was done honestly, competently, and independently. No outside influence of any kind was brought to bear.
The Republican-led House Oversight and Judiciary Committee investigation ended in January. With Democrats now in control, the committee's new ranking Republican made the Page transcript public.
The transcript releases show an inherent two-tier system, one in which Hillary Clinton gets the treatment that she got, where there was actually at first concern that they were going to charge her, and then